Hello everyone, Bashar here, and finally the next league in Path of Exile was announced. Its name is Blight, and it will come out on the 6th of September. So we have little more than 2 weeks to go, and even though the patch notes for 3.8 have not been fully released, guys, they have given us a few teasers, I suppose we might call them. So the league's name will be Blight, and we will be trying to push back the blighted growths that will appear in the maps. I am guessing they will appear in every map like Legion monoliths. So we have an NPC that's going to help us. She's called Sister Cassia, and this will be a little bit similar to a tower defense, guys. I mean, you can use your towers, as you see here, to help combat the blight minions. I mean, there will be a blight node in the center like this, and once you activate it, I think it's similar to Legion Monolith. Along these fungal arms, monsters will spawn and start attacking you, and we will have these towers, and these towers can chill, shock, stun, burn, summon, empower, petrify, and debilitate. That's what the game says. So for example, you can just use a chill and burn maybe on an arm to make it slower, and while you handle the other two, we will see. And these rings, as you can see, have some tower buffs as an implicit. I see. So if you have, for example, this one, you should be more inclined to use fireball towers, I guess. And the end game content also will contain, obviously, blighted maps. But unlike Legion, I think, because in Legion, guys, every map that you did contained that monolith no matter what, right? I think you will have to get blighted maps to do blight on maps. And if there is a blight, no other monsters will appear in the map. I'm not sure about the boss. That will probably be replaced with a blight boss as well. As you can see here, area is infested with fungal growths. Natural inhabitants of this area have been removed. So that's how it goes. And I think they changed the map tiers. I don't remember what tier Ramparts was, but Canyon definitely wasn't tier 15. I mean, I don't remember what tier it was, but I remember all tier 15 maps, and Canyon wasn't a tier 15 map, so they have changed. I'm not also sure about Toxic Sewer, but they have probably rebalanced the Atlas as well. So guys, one of the big things is anointing your stuff. There is a total of 12 oils. And of course, some of those oils will be rare. I mean, it will be harder to find. And using the oils in combination, you can actually enchant an item to give you a keystone. Oh no, not a keystone, notable. Give you a notable. And probably the combination of the oils is what it determines which notable it gives you. So this means more power to our characters, right, guys? For example, if there is a notable that you desire, but it's far up there and you have to spend like maybe 4 points to get it, and you don't want to get it, and you can actually manage to get it, or even 10 points away maybe. We can only enchant the amulet, I think, like this. And there are special anointable unique items. They can be anointed even though they are not amulets. So let's take a look at the oils. Violet, oil amber, oil silver, oil opal. We don't know which, but some of these will be definitely valuable. For example, guys, this amulet has been enchanted with inexorable, essence sap, brittle blade. This is pretty nice, of course, and I'm guessing these abilities will stay there even the item gets scoured. So guys, much like helmet enchants, if you have a decent amulet enchant, even on a crappy amulet, that doesn't matter because you can craft it, right? So, and there are anointable unique items. So like with every league, guys, there will be some uniques that are specific to the Blight, and those uniques will only drop to players that play the Blight but not standard. So this is one of those, and as you can see, normally we should have it on amulets only, and this also these boots also provide some keystone notable, so excuse me. So there are 4 items and they go in different slots from what I can read here, and if you anoint your amulet and wear all of these 4, so you can get 5 extra keystones, guys. That's quite something, but of course depends on the stats of the items, right? I mean, how well they synergize with each other. These boots look fine, by the way, guys. I mean, travel skills have increased cooldown. Well, increased cooldown is not a big modifier in Path of Exile as far as I've been able to tell, because you don't really have long cooldowns. And I mean, Whirling Blaze, Leap Slam, they have no cooldown, right? Some of these have some cooldowns, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Increased mana regeneration rate while moving, meh. Well, most of the builds I have played they don't have a use for mana, right? You just use Cyclone and -9 cost ring and 0 mana Cyclone. You don't have a use for mana, so that's not. But your movement speed is 150% of its base value. That sounds nice, but I have a feeling that this will override everything. I mean, if it is, it's not very good, right? I mean, if this will counter the Quicksilver flask that I'm drinking, that's bad. But if it stacks with flasks, that's of course very nice, because guys, 150% is very serious, right? There is only the 7 league step that gives 50% movement speed bonus, but the wording is curious. We'll see, I guess. So, and other features, we have some quality of life, guys, which is very nice. Normally, as you know, every day we get a spawn of each master on the map, and yeah, if you don't do that, your master will go to waste. For example, you get an Alva on a Forge of the Phoenix map, and you don't have Forge of the Phoenix maps, and time goes on, and the next reset comes. Excuse me. And the next reset comes, and you miss your Alva. So they have changed this, guys. You get 1 mission for each master every day, and they stack, and they do not appear on specific maps, but you just talk to the master in your hideout, and I'm not sure, of course, but you say something like, I want to go on a mission on this map, and you can do it there. So not only we can save the master missions, we can also do it on whichever maps that we like. For example, guys, this is very important for Nico, because you get more sulfite in high quantity maps. And normally when you find Nico on your map, guys, you keep trying till you get a nice quantity map that you can use your Nico on, and it's a shame if Nico appears on a low tier map or relatively low tier map. But now we can just go and use our 150% increased quantity Vaal Temple map for Nico whenever we like. Also, they said that they improved Betrayal's rewards, the Syndicate's rewards, and made deeper depths easier to access in Delve. I'm just quoting them right now. We will see how that works. I'm not sure about that. But that's nice, of course, because guys, the amount of sulfite required to delve into deeper levels is huge. I mean, it is impossible to sustain solo, and finding people for rotations is not always very easy at this point of the league, at least. So that's of course nice. And as with previous content, guys, Legion will be implemented in the standard content and in Blight as well. From what I read, they will be like Abyss. They will spawn like 10% of the time in maps. The timeless conflict will not be removed from the game, but the loot will be slightly nerfed. The experience will not be nerfed, guys. That's what they said, and it still will probably remain the best way to reach level 100 without a fuss. But of course, the problem is since Legion content will appear less on maps, emblems will be harder to get. I mean, right now a full emblem set goes for around 3 Exile talks. It will be more, I think, but there will be a Legion Scarab and there will be a Legion room in Temple of Atsuatl, in Alva's temple. So I mean, we are losing a lot, but we are also gaining some. So I'm thinking that the availability will decrease about a factor of 4 or 5 times. I mean, instead of 10. We'll see. We'll see. And they also said they will be adding boss fights from Synthesis into the core game. I haven't played Synthesis League, so I don't know. We'll see about that. And they have been buffing the Summoner Necromancer type guys. We will discuss it in a few minutes. They have added 4 support gems for the Summoner classes, a new skill, a new golem that buffs the playstyle, that helps the playstyle of having multiple minions. So they also said that they will revamp the Necromancer Ascendancy class as well. So expect to see many summoner stuff. There's also they are also implementing the Poison Assassin archetype. I mean, I think it was there. I haven't played the previous leagues, so, but I think it will become powerful again. That's what they mean. They are buffing mines. I have never tried mines, so I don't know it very well, but I think they were a very passive style. So they now deploy quickly and act quickly as compared to the old times. So maybe mines will be better. Not a play style for me though, guys. It's too passive. I don't really like it, but we'll see how powerful it is. And they said they will be adding new divination cards, new skill and support gems, and new unique items. And they have also rebalanced 24 of the existing unique items. See Legion Scarab. Physical spell skill gems plus 2 levels. Oh, this is similar to the Prismatic Eclipse. Fated unique item. Oh, rare bone helmet. Item level 100, and it's an elder item. Oh, this will be valuable. I think the bone helmet is the implicit with minion damage. Oh, and level 100 and elder, guys. These cards will probably be very valuable. And they are also announcing some Blight supporter packs. We will see how the prices and the rewards are. Maybe I can buy one of those. We'll see. And guys, they have also made a small announcement for those 4 gems for the Summoner class. the new golem is the carrion golem, and it leaps in there and has some slams, and normally, guys, you know that golems provide some kind of buff for you, and this golem will gain more damage for each non-golem minion around it. So if you play with skeletons and zombies, it can deal up to 80% more damage, which is nice. So like I said, they are showcasing the summoner in this league, I think. And there are 4 new supports. I mean, there will be 16 new gems, but these are 5 of those. So the new supports, some of the new supports affect the behavior of your minions, guys. So feeding frenzy will make your minions aggressive. Meat shield, as obvious from the name, tend to make your minions defensive. So for example, if you use feeding frenzy, the minions can give you the feeding frenzy buff, which gives you more minion damage and minion attack speed and minion movement speed, and it also gives extra damage to the minions that are supported by it. And meat shield makes your minions defensive, makes them stay close to you and deal extra damage to the monsters that get close to you. If you use both feeding frenzy and meat shield support on a minion, which you shouldn't, of course, they cancel each other out. I mean, both aggressive and defensive behavior cancel each other out. And there's also death mark support. Death mark support is similar to a skill in Diablo, so you can actually force your monsters to attack a specific enemy and they will gain more damage against that enemy until that enemy is dead, or you use death mark on another enemy. And death mark will override both feeding frenzy and meat shield. And there's the last gem that they announced is the Infernal Legion. It will deal a lot of damage over time to your own minions, but they will gain burning damage aura, so they will deal fire damage to the all nearby enemies. So you can use these supports for your minions. And thing is, guys, you can actually divide, right? For example, you can give feeding frenzy to the golem and he will become aggressive, and you can use meat shield on your zombies so that they will protect you, and Infernal Legion on your skeletons. Maybe, of course, you can do combinations of these 4, but I mean, you don't have to pick one, right? Because you will have multiple kinds of minions. You can use some to tank you, some for damage, some for suicide, Infernal Legion. So we will see. Well, I'm curious. I'm thinking of starting the new league with something I know. I'm thinking like a Cyclone Slayer like last season, but this time around I'm more knowledgeable, and see how the build meta shapes, and switch to another character after a while. But we will see, guys. We of course will need patch notes. I mean, they haven't said anything about nerfing Cyclone or anything, but it is possible. I mean, a lot of players were playing Cyclone this season, so maybe they will increase its mana cost or something, preventing you from having 0 mana Cyclone. Maybe we shall see. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, just leave a comment below the video, and I will get back to you. Goodbye. See you in Blight.